We are a go. First step, fuse. This is a slow burning fuse.
Yes, it is.
You always make sure to put it all the way to the bottom. That way you make sure to get ignition. Next step, powder. We use GoX brand double FG. Black rifle powder. For a standard calibration load, we usually use 2 1/2 ounces. As we have a can that was nearly empty, of course we're going to have to open another one. Notice we're using copper instruments, which do not ignite sparks if you bang them.
Which we're going to be banging them because the can's done.
Yep, copper and tin. Good stuff. Here we have our field box full of all the necessities.
Let's give them a little bit of a charge, or else we say 3.
2 3/4.
Very well.
Three is for when they're plumb over. Well, might as well do it.
Sorry.
It is what it is.
This is the first officer call in over a year, or about a year, so
Aye,
let's see if we can get the police officers here.
might as well wake the dead.
And they're just right over there, so.
Aye, cemetery right up yonder. Can't really see it well from here, but take our word for it. Behind that fence,
There be dead people.
old moldy zombies. Guthrie here is using a scraper to make sure that none of the powder sticks on the side of the barrel. Scraper again being comprised of tin, so as not to spark. Next comes the wad, which we make by hand, by wetting cardboard and sticking it into a mold. He's using a rammer, making sure not to stick his hand over the top of it
Yes.
in case of misfire.
Well, there's no height, so I'm fairly certain that there will not be any misfire yet.
Next step,
If we were on the field of battle and they were running hot barrel, maybe.
yep, next step, compression. We use sand.
We use cannonballs, but they frown on that.
They tend to frown on that. The cows especially.
No Eddie Lane, am I, sir?
Good times.
You sure it was your dad that fired the cannon with that?
It might have been. Might have been someone else. No one can prove anything.
You think 1 cup or 1.5 cups?
Let's make it a 1.5 cups. Or 1.25 cups. Should be fine. You don't want to go crazy overboard, because then you run the risk of blowing shit up. In layman's terms. Other side. Other end.
Oh, yes, duh.
Flat end goes to tamp the charge home, and you make sure you leave your finger over the hole. That way the powder doesn't fly out the hole when you're ramming the load home, which sounds dirtier than it is. Then
Alright.
we move the field box back to the safe range.
Your camera work's going to be horrible on this one, sir.
That's alright.
Right here's fine.
We have the super sturdy barrier here.
Of tree and stump. Alright.
And then Field Officer Guthrie Hiller will light the first officer call of the year. Then you step back and hang on to your butts.
Iron ho!
Well done, sir. Well done.
I actually heard the rumble coming off the back of the hill at Cedar Hill Farm.
It'll do that. And that there is the first blast of the year.